Law and order is also a tax cut. There's an economic part to this. That's the subject of the riff. So while leading Democrats like Zohran Mamdani in New York and Omar Fatah in Minneapolis continue to call for defunding the police and substituting social workers for cops, and of course other leading Democratic lights like AOC and Elizabeth Warren have never stopped calling for defunding the police, and nearly the whole Democratic Party favors no bail, no jail, maintaining their phony sanctuary cities and fighting the brave efforts by ICE to capture and deport the worst of the worst illegal immigrants, here comes President Donald Trump to change the narrative back to law and order. The contrast between the Democrats and the Trump GOP on law and order, and 100 other policies for that matter, couldn't be clearer. That's in large part behind his presidential memorandum to restore law and order in the nation's capital, that is Washington, D.C., and to remind voters across the country how important he believes in restoring law and order from out-of-control violent crime and why federal intervention is necessary in D.C., but also to secure the safety of the whole nation. It's a key Trumpian message. He's willing to federalize the D.C. police and mobilize the D.C. National Guard. Violent crime and the murder rate still way too high. The homeless population in D.C., as in so many other Democratic cities, continues to rise exponentially. Virtually nothing has been done about all this. Even D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser asked for help on the Sunday talk shows until other big-shot Democratic Party leaders changed her tune today. But a great nation, a superpower nation, as Laura Ingraham reminded us, should be an example of public safety, peaceful functioning, cleanliness, and beauty. Washington, D.C. has been flunking these tests. Now, back in March, President Trump created a task force to make D.C. safe and beautiful. Now, he's been forced to take the next step to restore law and order. He has a great Washington, D.C. ally in new U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, and people should recognize that law and order is also an economic issue. That's right. Way back when mayoral candidate Rudy Giuliani, in his successful 1993 campaign, talked about law and order, he linked it to the importance of public safety to business. Rudy sometimes called the law and order issue a tax cut, and he was right. You can't keep the small shops and bodegas open without law and order. You can't protect employees getting to work without law and order. You can't attract large or small businesses to your city without law and order. And that includes raising families, getting kids to school safely in the morning and home at night, stopping the heinous drug trade, dealing with the homeless problem, and just ordinary, everyday life unless you have public safety and law and order. The very fabric of society, including the economy, depends on law and order. And that's the riff.